You believe that this was classified information that was shared on that group?
No, the administration has said it is not classified information. I think this is a continuance of someone like you to try to push an issue that isn't even relevant.
Representative, another story that relates to the media today. Have you seen the new information revealed by The Atlantic magazine about the signal texts?
We're talking about NPR and PBS, not The Atlantic.
Detail of timings and weapons, is that not classified information?
Yes. Yeah. Anybody else?
Should the Defence Secretary and the Vice...
Wait, what country are you
from? From the UK.
Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem?
Why don't you go back to your own country? That's what MTG screamed at a Sky News reporter before totally losing her mind on camera. And folks, this wasn't just your average political tantrum. Marjorie Taylor Greene, America's favourite Congress Karen, just showed us all what happens when you ask her actual questions. It's like watching a toddler discover that broccoli exists, except this toddler has actual power in government.
Do you care about
No, do you care? Okay,
do you care about American lives being put at risk? About service members fighting for your country?
I don't care
and
about
your Vice President and your Defence Secretary? Okay, do you care?
No. You should care about your own
Okay,
borders.
do you care about American lives being put at risk?
Let me tell you something. Do you care about people from your country? What about all the women that are raped by migrants? This is an American journalist. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm an American, and I'd like to hear your answer to what she's asked.
I'm not answering her question
right,
because I don't care about her network. If you would like to ask, I can answer.
Trump's probably watching this thinking, even I know to use my indoor voice when melting down on camera. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favour. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Any concerns whatsoever about the complete disregard of operational security from the top level of this administration?
The Trump administration is doing a great job, and I stand by their statements.
So you have
I stand by their
comment
statements.
whatsoever about
My comment to you is I'm
incompetence?
thankful to President Trump. You want to know about complete disregard about operational security? You should talk about the Biden administration and how they ripped our borders open to terrorists, cartel, child sex trafficking, human trafficking, and drug trafficking across our borders for 4 years.
Ever wonder what happens when you mix a toddler's temper tantrum with congressional authority? Well, nothing good, as demonstrated by our favourite Congress Karen, Marjorie Taylor Greene. When approached by a Sky News reporter asking about operational security, MTG didn't just get annoyed, she went full nuclear. First order of business in her diplomatic playbook: figure out where the reporter is from so she can tell them to go back there, because nothing says, "I'm a serious politician," like the international relations strategy of a grumpy 5-year-old who doesn't want to share toys. The reporter's unforgivable crime, asking a basic question about defence policy. But MTG wasn't having any of that boring stuff. Why talk about actual issues when you can just scream at foreigners? It's like watching someone who studied international diplomacy exclusively by watching reality TV shows. What's really chef's kiss perfect about this whole embarrassing display is how quickly MTG pivoted away from the question. When asked about operational security, a legitimate policy question, she immediately switched to her greatest hits album with the track, "Do you care about the women that are raped by migrants?"
We're talking about NPR and PBS today. We're talking about fake news that was funded with federal funding from American taxpayers. That's that he is leading us out of wars, that he's ending the war in Ukraine, where American lives could have been killed if Joe Biden was still president today, whether he liked it or not. What this is about today, not journalists from the UK.
A journalist is being vilified for exposing failings in the way that your government conducts itself. Is that not that journalist doing a good job?
Classic deflection tactic. When you don't have an answer, just yell about something completely unrelated, but emotionally charged. It's Politics 101 for the Facebook conspiracy theory crowd. So this is what Trump University's masterclass in communication looks like in practice. Step 1. Ignore the actual question. Step 2. Bring up scary immigrants. Step 3. Yell louder when confused. The volume strategy must be working wonders for her, considering her detailed policy achievements include, well, we're still waiting for those. The beauty of MTG's communication style isn't just her ability to avoid answering questions. It's how she thinks this makes her look tough. There's something almost impressive about confusing being a complete jerk with owning the libs. She's strutting around like she just delivered a mic drop moment.
This is deflect.
Lives fighting a war in Ukraine that's not even a member of NATO.
Is this an exercise in deflection?
This should be an exercise in you worrying about your own country.
Does Defence Secretary Hegseth need to resign over this, Representative?
Absolutely not. He's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job, but he was putting American service members' lives at risk.
Your country's going to put
This is
When in reality, everyone watching is experiencing that unique combination of second-hand embarrassment and horrified fascination. You can almost see the tactical flowchart in her head. Question about defense policy? Activate immigration panic button. It's her go-to move when cornered intellectually, which happens approximately every time she's asked anything more complex than her name. Rather than addressing the operational security question, she immediately launched into her pre-programmed talking points about migrants, because nothing distracts your base like a good dose of fear-mongering. The real kicker is that MTG genuinely seems to believe this approach makes her look strong and patriotic. In reality, it's giving major, I want to speak to America's manager energy. Her confrontational style might play well with her base, but to everyone else, it's like watching someone mistake volume for substance. What makes this whole circus even more fascinating is how she treats journalists differently based on their nationality. After telling the British reporter to basically get lost, she suddenly decides an American journalist is worthy of her precious words. How generous is the congressional equivalent of the playground bully who only picks on kids from another school. Her entire strategy boils down to personal attacks and inflammatory statements instead of providing any substance. Why bother with the complexities of policy when you can just yell about immigrants and tell people to go back to their country? It's the kind of problem-solving approach that would get you fired from a fast food job, yet somehow qualifies you to help run a global superpower. This is what happens when someone's entire political identity is built around being angry and loud. MTG isn't offering solutions. She's offering entertainment for people who mistake rudeness for strength. Her supporters aren't cheering because she's making good points. They're cheering because she's making the people they don't like uncomfortable. And that's what we're witnessing, folks. The death of serious political discourse in real time. Experts point out that this confrontational style doesn't just make for cringy viral clips, it actively poisons our democracy. When elected officials substitute shouting for substance, we all lose. It's like watching someone bring a megaphone to a chess match. Social media is catching on too. People are getting tired of representatives who think volume equals value. The sad truth is, this kind of behaviour doesn't just embarrass America on the world stage, it actually makes solving real problems impossible. So next time you see this nonsense, remember, being the loudest person in the room isn't leadership, it's just noise pollution with a government salary, and we're all paying for it.